morning, or I guess I should say good afternoon, because it's almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I've been awake since like 10? 10? It's the 2nd, by the way. It's September 2nd. I have the day off, which is great, because last night I was with one of my absolute favorite characters. I was with the Beast, and it was wonderful. We had a great night. But now I have today off, and so I spent several hours binge watching Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. I've been binge watching it a lot. And by a lot, I guess I just mean like the past couple days. Great show though. Loving it. So I was like, okay, Betsy, day off. You should do a little vlogging as part of, your next episode / maybe post it on your channel or on the Geek Girls channel. I don't know which one I'm gonna post this on yet. We'll find out once it's posted. Anyways, in my attempt to actually try to do something, I told myself I was gonna clean the apartment today, and I did not. So I decided to do some more with my story, and I was like, okay, well, I have the story part kind of figured out, but I don't have the podcast part figured out. And I was like, okay, well, the best way to sort of figure out more about podcasts, considering I've barely ever listened to any podcasts other than the Achievement Hunter podcast, which is more Nick's thing, but I went online and I did some research, and I've now downloaded like 3 or 4 podcasts that I've never listened to, but I'm excited because they all sound really interesting, and they're the same sort of thing that I'm trying to do with my book / podcast thing, and they've been really interesting so far. I'm listening to The Message, which is a 9-episode podcast. I just started, there's a new one out by the same people who did Archive 81, which I also have not listened to, but I downloaded because it also sounds interesting. But they started a new one called The Deep Vault. They only have 1 episode out right now. I just downloaded that. I'm gonna listen to it at some point. Today, maybe? Probably. And then I also downloaded probably one of the most popular podcasts that I've ever heard of, called Welcome to Night Vale. I remember trying to get into it before, and I didn't get into it. But I want to. I want to get into it because I know it's good. I've heard so many great things about it. So, those are the 4 podcasts that I plan on listening to, just to sort of get a great idea of what I'm going to do in terms of my own podcast. So, The Message, The Deep Vault, Archive 81, Welcome to Night Vale. By the way, I know that I look disgusting right now. I have not showered in a couple days, and I don't have any makeup on my face, so I look very casual and probably half dead looking, but sometimes you just kind of gotta do things without makeup, It's one of those things where I do want to look pretty all the time, but I am comfortable enough with you guys, with my audience, and with the Geek Girls, and with my friends, where sometimes I'm okay with you guys seeing what I look like if I were on my deathbed. This is fine. It's totally fine. So I'll keep you guys updated on what I do the rest of the week, which is gonna be a lot of working, mostly. Yay. It is, oh god, what day is it? The 3rd? I know it's the 3rd, I just don't know what day. It's a Saturday. It is a Saturday. Saturday the 3rd. And I work tonight. I know that it doesn't look like I've really moved at all since yesterday. That's because I haven't. I spent all day yesterday lazing around the house. I didn't really get any work done. I finished 1 episode of one of the podcasts I was gonna listen to. And I tried to start another one. I tried to listen to the first episode of The Deep Vault, but I was doing it in the shower, and the water and the fan and the quality of the audio on my laptop reverberating against a toilet seat, it did not work out. I could barely hear it or understand it. So I didn't even listen to that yesterday. So before I go to work, I want to try to finish something. Like, even if it's just getting started on the idea for my podcast. I grabbed my No Plot, No Problem book. I use it a lot for NaNoWriMo, another thing that I've never finished. And it's written by Chris Beatty, who is the founder of NaNoWriMo. And it is what it says. It's a low-stress guide on how to write a novel in 30 days. But I don't want to do it in 30 days. I want to kind of pace myself and then maybe finish it in the 30 days of NaNoWriMo, if it gets to that point. But in the meantime, I just want to start something. So I'm trying to start the idea, like writing out the idea for my podcast. That's going to go along with the novel that I haven't written. Also, interesting fact. So, I was thinking about my main character's name, Jimmy Page, because he likes writing books. So his last name was Page, and he got the idea of the name Jimmy from a coworker who I just really like talking to. He's fun. He's a photographer. He's cool. So I was like, okay, that name sounds really familiar. Jimmy Page. I feel like that's like a person, like a real person who's famous and stuff. So I Google it, and Jimmy Page is the guitarist and founder of Led Zeppelin. Whoops. Like, same spelling and all. So now I'm in this, like, conundrum of, do I change his name? Like, my main character's name, do I change it? Or do I leave it and then get questions about it if it ever, you know, actually gets finished / published / whatever? I don't know, guys. And I work in like 2.5 hours, and I don't want to go. Because I have to go to Magic Kingdom, and I'm in Princess Fairy Tale Hall, so I have to wear this like stupid outfit. And the only socks that they had available for me when I was working at Be Our Guest the other night were men's extra large Fairy Tale Garden socks. So they weren't even the right socks, and they were extra large. Extra large. Those things could have gone up to like my stomach if I tried. It's ridiculous. And now I have to wear those again tonight. And usually I would be really excited about working in Princess Fairy Tale Hall because I like working with the princesses, especially because I'm going to be with Rapunzel and Tiana tonight, who are awesome. But it's still like 1 a.m. It's late. Okay, well, hopefully this video will kind of push me to actually, like, work, alright? I'm gonna go work. I'm gonna go work, okay? I promise. I'm gonna go work. Okay, bye. You guys should be so proud of me because guess what?
You were right.
Boom. I've been doing some work. Go me. Okay, I didn't really do a super whole lot of work. I wrote out the basic plot of the podcast part of my book podcast bit, and I also wrote the 10 titles of my podcast. And I'm excited because, you know, it's like they help create the plots, you know, they help create the more intense plot. So, do you guys want to hear them?
Carl, if you'll just think a
Maybe.
little bit about that.
Okay, well first let me pause this podcast because I'm almost finished listening to episode 1 of The Deep Vault. Loving it. Alrighty, so the 10 episode titles of my podcast, which is going to be called The Lucy Project. So the 10 titles are The Evening Chronicles, Artificial Companion, Student Genesis, Unrestrained Drama, Snowflake Story. I can't do that. Okay, 6. 6. Killing Wonders. 7. The Missing Day. 8. Phantom Mark. 9. Fantastic Report. And 10. Crimson Side. There you go. Work. Go me. Hey guys, it's Wednesday, September 7th. I had to check the day. Today's the day that this vlog is supposed to come out, and it'll probably be posted later. I feel bad because I haven't done too much for this one. I wanted to do like a whole thing and take you guys out to another park or literally something, but work's gotten pretty busy. Some fun things though about work, at least, is that I have a really fun schedule coming up. I'm really excited to show you guys, or not really show you guys, more like just tell you guys about where I'm working. I'm just gonna pull it up. I have a nice little like writing space outside. This is my life right now. Yeah, just kind of hanging out outside because it is kind of cold in my apartment. And Nick, shut up about that. So I'm just gonna look up my schedule, hoping that my camera doesn't die before I do. So I got some really sweet stuff. I'm really excited. So tomorrow, I'm really excited for the shift because it's a not so scary Halloween party shift where I'll be working with Merida. I've never worked with Merida. I've also never been to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. So the fact that I get to work both, I'm super excited about. Halloween is one of my favorite times of the year, and the fact that I get to work an event that I've never been to but I've always dreamed of going to, it's a really big deal for me. So I'm off today. Tomorrow I have the Not So Scary shift at night. Then Friday I have off, and then Saturday I'm working with Pluto at the Showcase Plaza. It's an okay shift. It's outside, but it could be worse. And then Sunday, I'm a breaker attendant over at Disney's Animal Kingdom, which is my favorite park to work at. So excited about that. Monday, I have off. Tuesday, I have another Not So Scary Halloween party, this time with Aladdin and Jasmine. And I think the genie is there too. I'm not entirely sure. Wednesday, I have off. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Thursday, I'm working with Aurora over in France at Epcot. Yay, never done it before. Friday, I have Carnival, which is this like really awesome kind of like dance party thing that they have going on over at DAC. So that'll be super cool because I guess that's another one of those things I've never done. And I've heard really good things about this shift. You know, Carnival, everyone's like, oh my god, Carnival's awesome, and it's great, and it's short, it's only 5 to 9. I'm like, yeah, I can do that. And then Saturday, I'm at Frozen at night, which is fine. I don't mind Frozen, it's inside. The performers are nice, the other attendants are nice, you know, whatever. I feel really good about my shifts next week. That'll be super fun. Nick, unfortunately, did not have the day off today. But he did have, he kind of did. He had most of the day off, but he's at work now, and he's going to be there till like 10 o'clock. But later tonight, we're watching the Blair Witch Project, the original one, because he keeps seeing, you know, trailers for the new one, coming out soon. So he suggested that we watch the original one, which I'm totally down for because I love the original Blair Witch Project, and he's never seen it. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. He'll come home from work, and we'll watch the Blair Witch Project, and it'll be great. I don't have too much more to update about my life right now. Still working on the book. I mentioned it earlier in the video that I have my titles down for the Lucy Project podcast, and it sucks because now at this point I'm getting so excited about this podcast that I'm not focusing on the novel, and the novel's what's supposed to come first. So I'm like struggling because I'm getting all these ideas for the podcast part, and I'm not really focusing on the book part. I really should focus on the book part. So hopefully by next week I'll actually have like done something with my book other than writing half of a page from last week. So yeah, this is my writing spot. I have my laptop and the trees, and it's hot outside, but I'm undercover. Just figured I should get out of the house a little bit, you know, because I spent so much time this morning / this afternoon just laying on the couch, watching TV, being a lazy bum, to the point where like I physically have a headache and my eyes are tired, and it's probably because I'm staring at this freaking screen. Sorry about my language. I've been staring at this screen for hours and hours and hours, and I need to stop. Guys, I need to stop. Help me. I'm sorry, there's nothing you can do to help me. I have to discipline myself. So I need to read more books. I need to write more books. If you guys have any book suggestions, that would be great. I mean, of course, you know, I have a ton of books in my room that I could be reading, but I'm not. I should. We're gonna talk about books next week. Yeah, that's gonna be the topic next week. We're gonna talk all about books. Talk about favorite books. Talk about books that we're currently reading, books that we want to read. Maybe give some good recommendations for other people. But this week's just been kind of a chill, talky, vloggy thing. So yeah, next week, Geek Girls, I would love, love, love to see you guys talk about some books, your favorite books, books that you recommend, books to stay away from. I don't know. So yeah, next week we'll talk about books. I will see you guys next week.